Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is AbleSir Thomas, and I'm here with Yearbird92.
Hey guys.
And we're here with our newest invasion map feature, and this is Halo War by Horizon X5. Now, this map's just a little bit different from the maps we previously featured. And first off, it's an elite defense map, and it's also it has this very interesting foreigner theme. I'm gonna go ahead and let Yarbird go on with that.
Yeah, so like he said, this is a unique map in the fact that it's actually elite defense, and he actually pulled it off pretty well. We don't see many quality elite defense maps. You got a glimpse of the Spartan vehicle spawn when the video started, and now we're just going to do a quick flyby of all the territories so you're familiar with them. This is the alpha objective for Tier 1, and you can see that that hill marker up there that's glowing. That's actually the core cap. The game is in Tier 3 right now. This would be Bravo Tier 1 over here, and I believe Horizon actually had a term for his territories to go along with the theme that he's doing this Forerunner theme, and so the territories that the Spartans are actually attacking, he calls them Forerunner locks. Like you're basically unlocking the security mechanisms so you can get to the core in Tier 3. This would be Alpha objective for Tier 2 that we just passed by. Some elites fighting the vehicles right there, and you can see the Wraith about to blow up.
And block the tunnel, of course.
Blocking the tunnel. The Bravo objective for Tier 2. And of course the core structure for Tier 3. The core spawns at the that balcony on the backside of the building right there. And it really helps to focus the battles more. You get the same play space, but it really changes what you're attacking in a pretty unique way, I think. I think he pulled it off pretty well. And so now we're gonna take a quick look at Tier 1 in depth. You'll notice that there's a couple more aesthetic features attached right now. With the glowing rods right there, like the locks are still active right now. You'll see that on the other objective as well. And you'll notice that the elites spawn a little bit closer to the Bravo objective than the Alpha. They got a little bit more priority there. That's mainly to balance the fact that the Spartans have a much more powerful approach to the objectives. They got this rock really blocking their line of sight, and you can see they'd be able to get up into those high perches and really just cause all sorts of havoc on the elites from right above their objectives. So elites need to have a little bit more priority there, but still be able to respond to other objectives. And the interesting is the Alpha Spartans, they're a little bit more isolated because the middle team tends to play those tight corners a bit more. But the Alpha Spartans do have a more maneuverability in the fact that they have a much wider flank to pull on the elites. They can really pull those long lines of sights and pull out the pistol on them, which really works on this map. There's a lot of long line of sight battles going on. And we're seeing the Spartans spawn up there. They spawn pretty close together, but the Spartans are still able to tell which objective they should give more priority to. The middle Spartans spawning a little bit higher, so they know who they are as well. And I think there's only one DMR spawned for Spartans, but they don't.
As well as only one needle rifle for the elites.
Yeah.
So you have to use it wisely, dedicate it to a single team, or have a middle team floating needle rifle. Anyways, so we've progressed here to the second phase, and we're going to have a small Spartan push over here on the Alpha territory, but it doesn't work out well for them. So we come into this new play space, and we have this really awesome, interesting foreigner structure coming out of the mountain, interesting vehicle bay designs and so forth, and we have these new foreigner locks available. The thing about this map that makes it different from other maps is that the Spartans' angle of attack changes after first phase. So they're not coming from the first phase objectives, but they're actually coming from the hillside of Paradiso. And this was mainly because the hillside just tends to play better from an attacking viewpoint. And he was able to work it into the map really well. So generally that's a problem with most map design, but I think Horizon pulled it off. And something else to note is you have this really interesting setup with the territories where there's lots of long lines of sight into the territory, but at the same time attackers have lots of positions they can hold outside the territory to stop players from shooting into it in the first place, as well as having your buddy armor lock inside the territory. So as you see, we have some Spartans approaching here from the hillside, and we have the fancy bridge where the left team Spartans end up spawning. and you basically have two Spartans, two teams of Spartans spawning on the lower level, with one team of Spartans spawning on the highest level of parity. So
Yeah, that high team gets the sniper rifle, and he really gets to wreak havoc with the high perch there, but he's not too terribly powerful because his line of sight is somewhat skewed. But he can he gets into some battles there.
yeah, it's skewed to one side, and it's obscured by trees and such. So it's usually a good idea to move the sniper. So yeah, as you can see here, we have some guys setting up on the left side territory here. And there's a lot of long lines of sight, very long fights here over on the left side. Oh yeah, I just love that sniper position.
It's a pretty good one.
I just love the fact that the Spartans just like descend the mountaintops onto the elites.
It actually helps to protect their spawns a little bit too, so it's kind of a good double bonus there.
Yeah. So yeah, Horizon did a really good job with the forging. He was able to pull off a really cool looking focal point structure without using too many pieces or too much budget. Very clean, very good on performance.
And I really like that. You saw the flyby of that lower tunnel earlier. I really like that. It adds a really cool dynamic just having that third pathway.
Yeah, very fun for vehicles too.
There's the Warthog going by.
Yeah, I love how the Warthog can circle around the base in a kind of wide angle, or it can just go right through the tunnel, or it can kind of hover around the front of the base. The Warthog packing on this map is loads of fun. And I don't think you'll see it in this film, but we also have a really funny Dukes of Hazzard jump. It's just awesome.
I think the Warthog pretty much gets shut out during this one. We actually had some really good teams for this game. This was a pretty exciting game to play. I attributed most of it to the map, but the teams were really well balanced as well, which just made it that much more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Alpha under attack. 30 seconds remaining.
So yeah, the Spartans are desperately trying to push that Bravo side, and they actually ended up taking it pretty well there. If you notice, a lot of the Spartans were setting up on the hilltops, putting pressure on the elites who were trying to kill the guy in the territory, so he was able to take it because his other teammates distracted the elites. So as we progress to Tier 3, wow. Super Squad Spartans, so yeah. The core spawns in the back of the structure and kind of the last foreigner lock. And the way Horizon put it, it's almost as if that last lock's holding it in place and the Spartan actually needs to rip it out and to pull it. And wow, that was a really good core run.
Yeah, they got pretty far with it. Not far enough yet, though.
Yeah, I think.
Unfortunately, it keeps rolling back down the hill on them. I like those rocks kind of add a. I don't even think he planned that one out. The rocks being able to stop the core on that hill, but certainly works in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the vehicles play very interesting on this map. They're by third phase, you end up having a Wraith as well as a Falcon. And on second phase, the Warthog and the Ghost spawn. So there's a lot of interesting fights there.
And you would think the Wraith would feel kind of confined on such a small play space, but the fact that it can maneuver around the base actually really helps the Wraith to really just support both sides, and it's not too confined at all. I actually like using the Wraith on this map.
Even though it wasn't a good footage of it because it just got owned, but generally a good Wraith pilot would sit. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. But why take it through the cave? By the way, guys, when y'all are playing, the cave isn't the best.
Not a good idea. In fact, I would actually suggest that you might want to, if you can, pull the core back to your spawns and take it through that middle cave in the middle of Paradiso. If you get it past that first hill there, then it's in Spartan territory, and it's much easier to control from there. You can wait for your vehicles to spawn and get the laser and such to really just shut down that whole side of the mountain.
Yeah, it's just a general rule of thumb in Invasion, is that if you can bring the core closer to your spawns, it's going to be easier for you to control.
Core stolen.
Yeah, the vehicles and the sightlines on this map are loads of fun. I love how the Banshee can actually use the pillar structure as cover and maneuver around it, as well as the Yardbird and the Wraith here. If you notice, he's gonna mostly stick by this left side around the core, and he may even end up sticking by the water as well. Which is, oh man, that's not cool.
I know, right when you spawned your buddy too, we just got a 2-for-1 right there.
I didn't even realize he spawned on me in that game.
I would never have even seen you. Like, even though you were shooting, I would have never seen you if he wasn't just kind of like, oh wait, I can get close. All right.
Yeah. I was actually really trying to shoot that Banshee down, so I knew the Wraith was up, and I'm like, screw the Wraith, Banshee needs to die.
Yeah, you were pretty hidden there. I was take the Wraith out, and the first thing I do is I pot some shots right on that sniper spawn to make sure that if anybody is camping there, I'll at least weaken them and make them fall back.
Yeah. And the great thing about this map is it's also relatively simple. So, you know, no matter how experienced you are, you tend to have a lot of fun on this map. It's very easy to understand, very easy to move around.
And it does a pretty good job of encouraging fire team roles as well. The middle team really tends to stick to that middle building more often than not. With one team dedicated to the vehicle bay, they can really run that the right side of the map on that Bravo side there, and then the Alpha side elites. They spawn up on that smaller mountain on parity, so with the focus rifle, so they can really stick to the left side of the map a bit more.
So yeah, that's about it, guys. So hope you guys like the map. Signing off.
See ya.
What's up, guys?